point out the fact that, and I want to address the title with BET. I definitely think they're purposely trolling us, and people got to remember BET is owned by Viacom. I'm pretty sure I'm preaching to the choir. You all know that, and it's been owned by them
Yeah.
for some years. But they're doing this because we're really starting to delineate. That's a problem
Yeah.
globally. Like, the world did not expect Black Americans to actually come together and identify themselves uniquely and distinctly from the rest of the general Black populace in America. And it's causing all types of problems for people who have an interest in keeping us as one big nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I'm noticing that BT didn't do this. They've been owned by Viacom. Bob or Rob, whatever the brother name is. I'm sorry for forgetting his name off the top. But
Johnson.
yeah,
Bob
he
Johnson.
been sold the company years ago, and they wasn't on this type of time. But all of a sudden, we come
Right.
together and we start delineating, and you see what they're doing now. So I want people to really just pay attention to that and to keep pushing and keep delineating, and yeah, keep the fight up. But yeah, I won't hold you. I just want.
Thank you, brother. Thanks so much. But real talk. Yeah, because we're delineating, man. Let me tell you something, man. When you understand who your group is, because see, we had to delineate, man. We had to, because we started looking around and we started to see the cracks in the walls. We started looking around. We were like, okay, we got to get our stuff together as Black people. What's the problem? So we started asking questions. And see, we're getting more powerful when we delineate. Now that we've acknowledged who we are as a lineage, that's making us more powerful and more threatening. Us coming together and getting codified, that's threatening to a lot of people. And the reason why we got on this is because we started looking around. We started saying, hey, man, what the hell is going on? How come it's so hard for Black folks to get on code? All we need to do is get on code when it comes to empowering our group. Why can't we get on code, and who are the people who are off code? Why is it that every time we try to get together, if we try to punish a race soldier, if we try to get money together, who's the people who are off code, who's just messing everything up? And we start looking at some of the usual suspects, and we start taking notes. Number one, a lot of hood rats, a lot of dusty niggas, and a lot of non-FBA tethers. We started to identify some things. And wait a minute. Because even the dusty niggas, some of them can get on code a little bit. Even some of the hood rats can get on code a little bit. But these other groups, where are these niggas from? Who's so off code? Anytime we talk about reparations, these dudes come around and try to mess the conversation up. When we start talking about what Black people need to get as a group, all of a sudden some weirdo who's Black pops up and says, hey, I'm Black and we shouldn't be getting no reparations. Like, what? And we start asking questions. Whose man is this? I don't know. I thought he came with you. Really? He didn't come with you? No, I ain't never seen this. What organization is he from? Some random organization. I don't know. And then we start looking in these people's background and we see they're not even from here. So we started putting two and two together. A lot of the off-code behavior, these weirdos who's a part of these Black organizations that pop up that white people control, we start looking at the leaders and we're like, who is this person? We're talking about justice and they're talking about immigration. Who the hell is this person? We start looking at some of these names. And some of these names sound kind of foreign. We start looking at these hairlines. And, hey, wait. Why is that nigga? Why is his hairline looking funny? And he's over here hollering about he's our leader. I don't know niggas with hairlines like that. So we started putting two and two together. And we started to see a pattern of a lot of this off-code behavior where people who look Black and they were undermining us. Every time we turn around, we talking about justice and they pop out with, what about Black on Black crime? We're talking about punishing a race soldier. Well, what about the crime in Chicago? They're gonna kill us because they be killing peoples in Chicago. What? We start talking about reparations. Well, we just need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. How about what? And then we started to see a lot of these people are not from here. You dig? So we start looking at the usual suspects, and also another group of suspects. Some of these white loving LGBT, those are the ones too. They come around and try to undermine too. The white loving, who they have a problem with black society. These Negroes think that they're going to get with white society and be a part of another ethnic group if they claim a different sexuality. That is a problem. Thinking that you're going to get in good with the white LGBT community, that's going to be your liaison into some type of Narnia of justice, which doesn't work. You dig? T.S. Jizzelle, I see you in here. Hold on. T.S. Jizzelle, hop on. Speaking of LGBT.
Oh my gosh, Tyreek, you just my mouth is stuffed with sausage. I was eating.
Okay, yeah, I bet it is stuff with sausage, but we're not talking about you working and getting money right now. Now, did you say something, Greasy? Were you talking about our Hidden History Museum? Were you speaking negatively of it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was actually going to say, Tariq, congratulations on securing a venue. You know,
Yeah, somebody said you were talking
well,
Grease. I didn't
they're
hear it, but they
always
said,
lying on the TS. I just want to know, Tariq, once the museum opens, I'm going to be VIP, right? How do I
um,
send you my
um,
information? Because I want to be flued out. Because Giselle wants to be the first in line for the Hidden History Museum.
well, there's a dinosaur museum down the street, and that might be more up your alley because you are a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But no, but
I
anyway,
have a
anyway,
question.
since go,
I
go
saw
ahead.
a cute little cartoon with
Yes.
Bussy Bear. So I'm giving you permission to do an episode on T.S. Giselle. I'm giving you permission now. So, put that in
Okay,
production.
so all right, so okay, now you should have. Now we're gonna do it. Okay, so now, but I have to change the name because you might try to sue. So it'll be something based on you. I'll look into it.
I'll have
All
my
right.
people.
You know what? That might actually be a good idea. That might be a good idea. Anyway, let me get my brother Marcel on here. Let's get brother Marcel on here.